Welcome back to the Bleav in Diamondbacks podcast. I am your host, Jacob Duchan, and it's good to be back. Hope you all had a happy 4th of July. The Arizona Diamondbacks, believe it or not, at the All-Star break are above 500. Let's go. At the beginning of the season, I said that my expectations aren't the highest for this year with the amount of injuries that they came into the season with. I said, if you recall, just get by. Just coast until the All-Star game. If you could play 500 ball, awesome. But you need those recruitment. You need those reinforcements to come in. And despite having as many injuries as they have had and continued to get more hurt, the Arizona Diamondbacks currently sit at 49 and 47, 2 games above 500. They are 11 and a half games back in the division, and they went on a little bit of a win streak to end the first half of the season. They've obviously played more than 81 games, so halfway point, technically not, but we'll say that today. We're going to talk about the last 10 games. If you've watched my last episode, I said, my early Christmas present, can I get 6 wins out of those 10 games? And if you heard the 3 opponents, you would probably say no. And here's why. 3 home games against the Milwaukee Brewers, 4 road games against the San Diego Padres, and 3 road games against the LA Dodgers. And now, when I said that, you were probably thinking to yourself, Jacob, are you kidding? 6 wins? You'd be very lucky to get 5. They got 6 on the dot. And I couldn't remember if I said 7 or 6, but I said 6. I said 6 is great. 5 is perfectly fine. That's 500. They'd still be a game above 500, which they're 2. So I would take that. Now, last episode was a preview of the Milwaukee Brewers series. I got caught up with some things in between then, so here we are. But I promise I'm going to try and get more episodes out. Been a busy time, but here we are. So 3 games set against the Milwaukee Brewers. Let me tell you, I went to game 1. What a letdown, man. What a letdown. This was a game that the Diamondbacks actually never led, believe it or not. They were pretty much down the whole game or tied for a majority of it. They went down 2-0 in the second inning. Then the Brewers would go up 3-0 in the third. And then the Diamondbacks would tie it in the third, 3-3. There would not be another run scored until the 11th. They had to go to extra innings in game 1 against the Brewers. The Brewers would go on to score 4 runs in the 11th inning. It was hideous. Diamondbacks would only be able to muster 1 back, and they would lose this game 7-4 in 11 innings. Starting pitcher for that one was the young guy, Jose Cabrera. He went for 3 1/3 innings, 6 hits, 3 runs, 3 strikeouts, 3 walks. He did let up of a homer. Yeah, it was not a pretty game, honestly. There was 10 guys left on base for the Dbacks, 12 left on base for the Brewers. So I guess if you have double digits, you can still find a way to win, eh? But the offense just disappeared. After the third inning, 1 run scored in the 11th. It's not how you win games. So they lose game 1. Milwaukee's a tough team. I don't know how they do it. They just have such a deep roster. Congratulations to their GM or whoever's running the show over there. He knows what he's doing. But in game 2, they get a win, tie up the series. They get the win 4-3. This was a lot better of a game. This was Merrill Kelly pitching a little more like the Merrill Kelly I'm used to seeing. 5 innings, 8 hits, 2 runs, 6 strikeouts, 2 walks. He did let up a homer. And Paul Sewald will get his 20th save of the season, coming in, getting a hit, a run, and you can do the math. That is a home run. I believe that was to Jackson Chourio. But they got the win. They were out hit 12-4, and they still won 4-3. I don't know how, but that is unreal. So, even series, Sunday baseball. I believe they called this the Star Spangled Sunday on Peacock. And it was a good game. It was. This was a game that Eduardo Rodriguez would get the start. And we know how reliable he's been this year. All-star guy. 6 innings, 5 hits, 2 runs, 3 strikeouts. He did let up a home run, but unfortunately, he was a losing pitcher. 2 runs, losing pitcher. Very unfortunate. The Bats, 7 hits. They weren't dead. The Brewers had 7 hits too, but only scoring 2 runs to the Brewers 3. It's unfortunate. So they would go on to lose the series, and this was a game that they arguably could have won. It was just a collapse in the 7th inning, letting up 3 runs after leading 1-0 pretty much the entire way until the 7th. So, unfortunate series loss to a very talented Brewers team, but as hurt as the Diamondbacks were coming into that one, are we surprised? Not really. Very, very good Brewers team, like I said. So take it, move on. Then they go to San Diego, and this whole series was out of whack. I don't know. It was just really weird. After game one, my expectations jumped way up for this series. San Diego, before that point, I think they had lost like 8 out of 10. I think I saw something that said they were outscored by like 50 runs in the last 10 games, which is unreal, probably historic numbers. But the Diamondbacks go into San Diego and they get a 8-0 shutout over the Padres. I would have never guessed this. Walker Buehler was a starting pitcher for the Padres. And this was not a very Walker Buehler-esque game. 5 innings with 7 hits, 7 runs, 4 strikeouts, and a walk. Brandon Pfaadt, by the way, played pretty awesome in this one. 5 innings, 4 hits, no runs allowed, shutout obviously, 6 strikeouts, no walks. Brandon Pfaadt, I think the greatest thing that could have happened to him this year was getting sent down to the pen and getting sent down to Reno. Because knock on wood, he's come back and he's looked pretty solid, but I'll discuss him in a little bit more. So game one, 8-0 win. How about that? You got to win 2 more to get a series win. You got to win 1 more to even the series. They made it as stressful as possible, the Diamondbacks. Game 2, they lost 4-1. This was a not pretty game. They go up 1-0 in the first. And you're like, all right, here we go. Maybe another good offensive game? No. 1 run total after that. Did not get another one. The Bats got out hit 6-5. Not a great game. You lose that one. Losing pitcher for this one, Zach Gallen once again. 6 innings, 6 hits, 4 runs, 5 strikeouts, 3 walks, and a home run. Not a good day for Zach. Then you go to game 3. This was not pretty at all. This was a blowout on the other end. The Padres win this one 10-4. Starting pitcher was Jose Cabrera. Really rooting for the young guy, but just wasn't a great outing for him. 4 1/3 innings, 4 hits, 4 runs, all earned, 2 strikeouts, 2 walks. The Bats in this one, surprisingly not terrible. 10 hits, got out hit 13-10, but got outscored by 6. So they would lose that one and be down 2-1 in the series. Got to win game 4. Otherwise, it's a series loss. And my dreams of 6 wins over 10 is over. But I'm here to tell you they got the win. A 3-1 victory over the Padres. Starting pitcher that day was Merrill Kelly. This was once again a great outing from Merrill. 7 innings, 3 hits, 1 run, 6 strikeouts, 3 walks, and a homer. The 1 run they scored was a home run. I'll take that. Paul Sewald with his 21st save of the season. Not bad. Bats weren't bad. Out hit the Padres 8-3. Definitely some decent performances. Definitely some forgettable performances. But a series split. It was a Padres team that was crawling into the series there, so would have been nice to win a series, but in San Diego, I'll take a split. Then they go to LA. All right. All right. Here we go. You got the LA Dodgers, the Avengers, Iron Man, Captain America, the Incredible Hulk, Thor, everybody on that roster, right? How much they cost? I don't even know. Can I interest you in a 3-game sweep over the best record in MLB? That is no joke. The Arizona Diamondbacks just did something they have not done in the regular season in 8 years. That is sweep the Dodgers at all. The last time they did so was in April of 2018 in Phoenix. The last time they did that in LA was 2017. 2017 was the last time they swept the Dodgers in LA. Goes to show how good the Dodgers have been over the last 9 years. Pretty solid. Let's run through this 3-game set, shall we? Anybody have an interest in a Tim Tawa legacy series? Because I do. Tim Tawa in game 1 was the hero. 3 for 4 with 4 RBIs and a run scored. He had a home run. Winning pitcher for this one was Eduardo Rodriguez. 6 innings, 7 hits, 2 runs, both earned 5 strikeouts and a walk. Not a ton of other bats in this one. Diamondbacks hit 1 home run and it was Tim Tawa. Losing pitcher for the Dodgers was Will Klein, 1 2/3 of an inning, 1 run off of no hits, actually. So 2 walks. Not bad. So they out hit the Dodgers in this one. Actually, no, they tied. 9 hits to each team, but the D-backs win it 9-3. You put up 9 runs at the Dodgers? Wow. Surely they're going to lose 12-0 the next day, right? No. They're going to put up 9 runs again. They put up 18 runs in the first 2 games of the series. You kidding? Where was this? Where was this the whole year? I forgot to mention, before this Dodgers series started, Pavin Smith was designated for assignment. I made a joke with my uncle. He is not a fan of Pavin Smith whatsoever. And I said, we're about to see what Pavin Smithless baseball is like. And knock on wood, the Diamondbacks are 3-0 with a 3-game sweep over the Dodgers. Not bad. Starting pitcher in game 2 of the series was Brandon Pfaadt. 5 1/3 innings, 6 hits, 2 runs, 2 earned, which really sucks. Those 2 runs should not have happened. He came into the inning unscathed, virtually. He did not have a run allowed, so he was having a good game, but, got the 2 runs, got pulled. Bats in this game weren't great. They out hit the Dodgers 9-6. But like I said earlier, Tim Tawa was just on a run. For some reason, first basemen like to do well at Dodger Stadium for the Diamondbacks. 3 for 5, 2 RBIs, 1 run scored. So yeah, Tim Tawa through 2 games was pretty cool. Best part about this game, by the way, game 2, there was a part of this game where there was a runner on first or maybe second, I can't remember. And Nolan Arenado comes up. They intentionally walk Nolan. James McCann comes up. James McCann had not hit a home run all year. I kind of just spoiled it. James McCann comes up and hits a 3-run bomb to make it 6-0. That felt great. Then the Dodgers would get a couple, we might be back runs. Then Max Kepler would get a sac fly to make it 7-2. Nolan Arenado would get a home run that he was not allowed to get because he was intentionally walked earlier to make it 8-2. And then guess what? James McCann, 2 home run game, just because he gets a home run, makes it 9-2. That is it. Solid. No save opportunity, obviously. Some guys that I would love to see do better, but the fact they won by 7 runs and these 3 guys did not get a hit blows my mind. Ketel Marte 0 for 5, Geraldo Perdomo 0 for 3, and Corbin Carroll 0 for 4. Your 3 best guys go for 12 and you win by 7? Supporting cast showed up. Tim Tawa Legacy Series. Not bad. So that's a series win in LA. This was a team that they split with in Phoenix a little over a month ago, I believe. And they got swept by them in LA earlier this year. So it was nice to go win a series in a spot that you open up the series with a sweep. How about you return the favor? Like I said earlier, this was a 3-game sweep. This game had a little bit of everything. Zach Gallen did not play. He was put onto the IL, I think the 15-day IL. So hopefully he'll be all right. And maybe this is what he needs to turn his season around, because wouldn't it be nice to have your quote ace be an ace, But anyways, Mitch Bratt was called up again from Reno. He went for 3 innings, 3 hits, 3 runs. Not terrible. Ryan Thompson would go on to be the winning pitcher. He would not allow a hit or run, and he would get a strikeout, no walks. Paul Sewald for his 22nd save of the season. And once again, the big 3 going overs. This time they would go 0 for 11. It's not ideal. Ketel 0 for 4, Perdomo 0 for 3, Corbin Carroll 0 for 4. But Tim Tawa, he puts up the insurance home run to get his first hit of the game. And the Diamondbacks win it 5-3 in LA for a sweep. The first time in, what did I say, 8 years that they've swept the Dodgers at all? 9 since they've done it in LA. And according to Dodgers fans, I can't be happy over it because it's a World Series. Come on. I see the Dodgers fans celebrating in the comments when the MLB posts them on the front slide of their Instagram every time. And I bet it hurt the MLB admins to post the Dodgers losing to the Dbacks on the first slide. I'll keep that in mind. But let's talk about Tim Tawa's 3-game set that he just had. 7 hits, 7 RBIs, and I think he only had 2 home runs. Yeah, 2 home runs. Not bad. Random Tim Tawa legacy game. Legacy series, actually. Makes you think of Christian Walker when he did that at Dodger Stadium a few years ago. It was a fun time. So it was a flashback to the Christian Walker days. Shout out to Christian Walker. But like I said, I don't care what the Dodger fans tell me. I'm celebrating a 3-game sweep over a team that we don't like. I think it's fair enough to say. I'm not saying they're going to go win the World Series. Would be nice. Would be nice. But a series win, you take that any day of the week. A series sweep, you take that any day of the week. And a series sweep, I think I already said that. A series sweep over the Dodgers, a team that had not been swept at all this entire year by any team in the MLB, I'm taking that. I'm 100% taking that. I don't care what the Dodger fans tell me. This is my podcast. But anyways, so here we are at the All-Star break. Hey, now you're an All-Star, as Smash Mouth once said. We got two All-Stars. I think I talked about this on the last episode. Eduardo Rodriguez, well-deserved. Congratulations on his first ever All-Star game. And Corbin Carroll on his third All-Star game. He's going back. So 2 Diamondbacks, none in the Home Run Derby. Whatever. Home Run Derby is not as fun as it used to be, but it's still kind of fun. So let's talk about a little bit of stats at the quote halfway point, a little over halfway. 49 and 47. So just under 100 games. Yeah, just under 100 games. Under 100 games to go, definitely. So they are going to have a quick finish to the season. It's going to go by fast. Playoffs could happen. I think the Diamondbacks should be buyers. Last year they were sellers and they barely missed the playoffs. Now, how about you go be a buyer and make the playoffs? If it's a barely, cool. If it's convincingly, outstanding. But I think they are a worthy team of being buyers. Let's talk about some overall team stats, and then we'll talk about individual stats. So, in the offensive side, they have scored 416 runs. And to put that into perspective, that is 100 behind the tying leaders, the Nationals and the Pirates, as everybody expected, with 516 runs, who both have scored 10 more than the Dodgers, as everybody expected, like I said. OPS for the team, not the greatest. They are batting .691. Team batting average is a .237. Definitely not the prettiest. 89 home runs. That is way behind the league leader Yankees with 142. Keep in mind they have a small porch, though. So take that with a grain of salt. Defensive-wise, they have been outscored by 13 runs. They have allowed 429. The league leading team is the Dodgers, no surprise. 357 allowed. It's unreal. The OPS allowed is a 732. For perspective, the 649 against, I think that lower, okay, no. Yeah, the higher the number, the worse. So yeah, 649 is the Dodgers number. Batting average allowed, 249, not the best. Dodgers is 216. Wow. They are pitching pretty well. Something positive, though. I did not know this. As of now, I'm going to knock on wood as I say this. The Diamondbacks are in a 3-way tie with 2 teams from their division, ironically, with the fewest errors allowed. Like I said, I knocked on wood. 35. The Dbacks, Dodgers, and Padres are all tied at the top with 35 errors allowed, the fewest in the league. To put that in perspective with the Nationals, they have 74, and they've scored the most runs. It happens. So, 49 and 47, 2 games above 500. I'll take that. Let's talk some players. Ketel Marte at the All-Star break, batting .256, 54 RBIs, 17 home runs. I Bleav he leads the team in RBIs at the moment. So yes. Corbin Carroll batting .252, 45 RBIs, and 13 home runs. And I wanted to talk a little bit more about Corbin Carroll's recent performances. Definitely hasn't been the greatest. Let's talk about his last 10 games. Last 10 games, oh my gosh, he's batting 1-1-1. He's batting 111. That is bad. 4 of 36. 1 RBI. He's scored 6 runs, 13 strikeouts to 8 walks, no home runs, 1 stolen base. He's left on base 16 times. Corbin Carroll is in a slump, folks. Hopefully he can get out of that. Yeah, this is just a 20-game thing, too. He's batting 149 over the last 20 games. Corbin Carroll, he's had 1 hit since 5 days ago against the Padres. So hopefully the All-Star break, maybe even the All-Star game can get his confidence up. I don't know what's going on with Corbin. I hope he can figure it out, because wouldn't it be nice to have Corbin Carroll to form? We've seen what he can do. Once upon a time, Rookie of the Year. Very talented guy. Season-wise, though, he's batting .252, 45 RBIs, 13 home runs. Ildemar Vargas batting .258, 47 RBIs, 7 home runs. Geraldo Perdomo batting .241, 34 RBIs, 6 homers. Nolan Arenado. Remember when they said he was going to be bad? I think he's been all right. Batting .243, 40 RBIs, and 12 home runs. It's not bad at all. And Gabby Moreno. I'm going to go a little bit in deeper with Gabriel Moreno here, because he has been a story. Gabriel Moreno this year is batting .301, best on the team, 32 RBIs, 6 home runs. I want to highlight his last, I think 20 games, they said. Yeah, last 20 games for Gabby Moreno. This is where all of Corbin Carroll's skill has gone, apparently. He's batting .357. That is unreal. He's 25 of 70, 8 RBIs, 10 runs scored, 9 strikeouts to 12 walks. It's a positive ratio. No homers. I feel like he definitely had a home run, but anyways. He was left on base 28 times. So, yeah, Gabby Moreno has been solid. Let's talk about away. His away stats for the season. He has been, I think they said he has the best batting average of the entire league on the road. .346, 20 RBIs, 20 runs scored. He's got 26 strikeouts to 16 walks. That's a negative ratio. 4 homers, 3 stolen bases, and he's been left on base 50 times. So it's definitely not bad. And to put that in perspective with his home stats, he's batting .248, 12 RBIs, 14 runs scored, 17 strikeouts to 16 walks, and a couple of homers. So, not bad. So, shout out to Gabby Moreno, under the radar guy, because he plays for the Diamondbacks, of course. Eduardo Rodriguez, still keeping it going. 8-3 record, 2.29 ERA, 79 strikeouts. And as I mentioned earlier, he is an all-star, 1 of 2 for the Diamondbacks. So, hopefully get to see him in the all-star game. I think it's tomorrow. I don't remember. I can't remember. I think it's tomorrow or Wednesday or Thursday, one or the other. But here we got 4 important guys. Well, two important guys that you would love to see not on the IL, but here they are. Michael Soroka, who currently has an 8-3 record, 3.07 ERA, and 79 strikeouts. Ryan Nelson, 3-5 record, 4.97 ERA, 62 strikeouts. And who else is hurt? Zach Gallen on the IL, like I said, he's currently 3-9, 6.34 ERA, 61 strikeouts. Jordan Lawler, also injured, batting .316, 4 RBIs and a home run. Keep in mind, he has missed a lot of the season. Who else? That's pretty much it for the injury list. Justin Martinez still hurt. Corbin Burns still hurt. AJ Puck still hurt. Andrew Saalfrank out for the year, I Bleav. So, yeah, pretty sure that's it right now. So, stay that way. Let's talk about everybody else that's still on the active roster, though. Taylor Clark, .259 ERA, 23 strikeouts. Not bad for Clark. Merrill Kelly, 7-8 record, 5.38 ERA, 59 strikeouts. Not the worst. Juan Murillo, 2.89 ERA, 45 strikeouts, and a save. Lourdes Gurriel Jr., batting .211, 20 RBIs, 2 homers. Kevin Ginkel, 2.84 ERA, 40 strikeouts, no saves. Jonathan Loaisaga, 2.17 ERA, 26 strikeouts, and a save. Paul Sewald, my surprise player of the year pick, 4.24 ERA, 38 strikeouts, excuse me, and 22 saves. And just to compare that to other folks in the MLB, the league leader is Cade Smith with 28. So he is, what did I say? He's 6 behind that? Yeah, not bad. Paul Sewald is behind 1 guy for first, 2 guys tied for second, and two guys tied for fourth, and then Paul Sewald is sixth. So he's in a good spot. In a good spot so far. Paul Sewald has had. Let's see. Wish I could see this somewhere. I know I can somewhere. His save opportunities, I Bleav he's 22 out of 24. I think he's had 2 blown saves, but he's been solid. He's been solid. He's a guy that you would love to see do well, especially as a closer. Ryan Thompson out of the pen also, 2.88 ERA, 26 strikeouts. Brandon Pfaadt, 3-1 record, 4.70 ERA, 41 strikeouts. Tommy Troy, the young guy, doing well, I feel like. He might go on the IL. He had a shoulder contusion against the Dodgers the other day, so hopefully he'll be okay. But he's batting 223, 9 RBIs, 4 homers. Brandon Garcia out of the pen might be the most underrated guy on this roster. He's got a 1.90 ERA, 27 strikeouts, and a save. Tim Tawa, 214 batting average, 15 RBIs, and 3 homers. Ryan Waldschmidt, who got called back up in the Pavin Smith DFA, 250 batting average, 9 RBIs, no homers yet. Jorge Barosa, 186, 10 RBIs, 2 homers. And if you haven't seen Torey Lovello's signal for whenever he wants to call out Jorge Barosa, it's pretty funny. I can't really show it on here, but he kind of just gets real down low and puts his hand to the ground like that. It's pretty funny. But James McCann batting 227, 10 RBIs, 2 homers. Keep in mind, James McCann just came back from the IL. Max Kepler, not horrible. He's batting 200 with 8 RBIs and a homer. Trey Jameson, 4.11 ERA, 11 strikeouts. Lou James Groover was sent back down. Jose Cabrera sent back down. Hoffman was sent down a while ago. Philip Abner was called back up. He's got an 8.59 ERA on the season with 4 strikeouts, but in his last outing, which is his only outing since being called back up, he went for 1 inning, no runs, no strikeouts, no hits, no runs. So pretty simple inning there. So hopefully he can be figured out there. Mitch Bratt, he got called back up. Like I said, he does not have a win or loss. 6 ERA, 3 strikeouts. Not the worst. And the rest of the roster is on the IL or in the minors. So not bad. So let's pull the numbers back up here. Go through a little bit of stats. And the All-Star game is tomorrow, by the way, not Thursday. So in case you're watching this later on today, thank you. And hopefully you enjoy the home run derby and All-Star game tomorrow. I think I'm going to pick Contreras of the Red Sox to win the home run derby tonight. Wouldn't be surprised if Caminero goes back to back, but I'm going to roll with my gut, Contreras. So as it stands, the Arizona Diamondbacks are 11.5 games back from the Dodgers in the NL West. They are second. The Padres are 12.5 back at 48-48. The Giants are 19.5 back at 41-55. And the Rockies at the bottom, 22.5 back, 39-59. The Dodgers lead the league in wins right now. They have 61 wins, so it's pretty solid. Pretty solid. 61 wins. Just behind them are the Milwaukee Brewers with 59. The Tampa Bay Rays are 56 wins, and they are 6 wins over the Chicago White Sox. As everybody expected, the Tampa Bay Rays and Chicago White Sox to be the top 2 teams in the AL. Go figure. So at the All-Star break, the Arizona Diamondbacks are 2.5 games back of a wild card spot. Currently, the 3 wild card teams are the Chicago Cubs, Philadelphia Phillies, and the Miami Marlins. Cubs are 54-42. Phillies are 54-43. Marlins are 52-45. Keep in mind, the Diamondbacks won the series against the Phillies earlier, got swept by the Cubs, got swept by the Marlins, so only hold a tiebreaker over 1 currently. The Cubs, they were already here, I Bleav. No, they still are coming here. So I think they will play each other for 4 games, maybe 3. I don't know. But regardless, they can still split or win the season series, but they would have to win every game in Phoenix. That's going to be tough. But like I said, I'm happy with where they're at right now. Sure, it would be nice to be in the league leading division spot. Cool. But this is a team that has been slapped up and down with injuries the whole year before the year, and they're still above 500, and they still have guys coming back. I will take that any day of the week. Need them to play a little bit better, and I know they can. Their upcoming slate of games out of the All-Star break. They've got 3 at home against the Cardinals. who they technically had a series win against last time. It was a 4-game set that was rain delayed till later. Then they have a 3-game set against the A's. Nobody knows where they're from. Then they go back to St. Louis for that one game on the 23rd. Then they go to Washington to look to avenge that series loss earlier. Then they go to Pittsburgh. Then they go to Cleveland. Then they're back home for a very tough NL West homestand. They got 4 against the Padres, 3 against the Dodgers, 3 against the Rockies. But we'll get to that later on. So, All-Star break, 49 and 47, winners of 4 in a row, and 6 out of their last 10. Not bad. The Arizona Diamondbacks are getting by, as I asked them to do earlier this year, but more baseball to come. So, if you're staying to this part, thank you so much. I know I could probably talk a lot, but it's a lot of fun talking Diamondbacks baseball. So thank you as always for your support on the show. If you could leave a review, it would mean a lot. If you want to watch more random sports podcasts, any kind of sports you want, not just me, check out the Bleav Network. We've got some really awesome shows on there. I love watching any sport, honestly, on there. They're a lot of fun. You guys know me though. I just love talking sports in general. If you want to see more of me, not on the podcast, go ahead and check out my TikTok at Jacob Sports Talk or look up Jacob Talk Sports. Should pop up. I talk all sorts of sports. Lately, it's been the World Cup and having a lot of fun with that. But that'll be over a week from yesterday. So we'll be back into baseball and soon to be football season. Very excited for that. But yeah, thank you all for the support, of course. Check out the Bleav Network. Leave a rating for me, leave a comment, 5-star rating if you don't mind. Share with a friend, share with a coworker, share with your grandma. I don't know, whoever you want to share it with. But thank you all for joining me on this episode of the podcast. Hope you all had a happy 4th of July. Spend some time with the family. Hope you have a happy All-Star break. And the Diamondbacks will be back in action on, when do they play next? They will be back in action on Friday after the All-Star game tomorrow. So much needed rest. We'll see how they can do out of the All-Star break. And until next time, I'm your host, Jacob Ducharme, and I hope you all have a happy rest of your day or night whenever you're watching this. I'll see you on the next episode. Take care.